topic is about stock split and secondary offer. Both of these two things might affect the existing shareholders. We have talked too much about this secondary offer. Secondary offer is when a company shares are issued again by the company itself for the second time after the initial public offer shares have been sold or has been sold. As long as the company doesn't maintain the primitive right of the existing shareholder, which are the holders of this initial public offer shares, the secondary offer might dilute their voting rights, which affects the existing shareholders. This is how secondary offer affects the existing shareholders. Stock split can also affect, because stock split is splitting the stock. This time the company will have too much outstanding shares but with a lost price. Rather than selling one share with $8, the company started to sell 2 shares with $4. This means the company deliberately lowers the price of the share, the price of individual shares, however, increase the number of shares outstanding. So for the existing shareholders, when the company splits this stock, for example, if I have one stock that can value $8, when the company undergoes stock splits, the company will give me one additional stock, because when the split happens, this $8 share I have has now a value of $4 because of the split. So the company should pay me or should give me one of its shares for me to have the value of my initial investment or $8 stocks. Because if the company do not give me this $4 or one share, I bought the share with $8, but the share now values $4. This means the company should give me one additional share for me to have a share amounts that match with my initial investment. However, still this dilutes the existing shareholders' voting rights. How? Because when the split happens, too much shares will be sold in the market because the price is low right now. So people want to buy this share, which is their demand will rise. The demand for the share will rise. As more and more investors start to buy this share, my voting right might also decline unless I exercised my primitive right. So now we have finished about the equity. You can express a stock split when a company issues additional shares and makes the price affordable to the market by splitting the existing value of the share or the stock price. As we have seen before, the company might engage in share-based payments, or he can pay the dividends in terms of share, or he might also give a share options, the right to convert other securities into the company's share. However, when the company makes all of these payments that are settled using shares, which might dilute the voting rights of the existing shareholders, because here you cannot apply a primitive right, because primitive right is given when the company sells its shares. But now the company is not selling its shares, rather making different payments or settling different payments using its shares. These times it's better to make a share repurchase rather than issuing a new shares, which dilutes the voting rights of existing shareholders. The shares that are bought back again by the company are called the treasury shares. The treasury shares are repurchased shares. This might mostly increases earning per share because the total outstanding shares in the markets are low when they are repurchased. And after the company bought the shares, he can make a share-based payment and other payments using the shares that he repurchased from the investors rather than issuing a new shares, which dilutes the existing shareholders' voting right. And these treasury shares are repurchased again in the secondary market. The company itself goes into the secondary market where different investors sell their securities with one another. Directly, the company buys its own shares from them in the secondary market. It's difficult to apply this if there is no secondary market, the treasury share ideas. The investors that are engaged in the secondary market might be also stock traders, which probably might be daily traders or overnight traders, depending on the time they make their investments. So don't think treasury shares are as shares which is issued by the government. For the bond, that's okay. For the bond, there is something called treasury bill, which is a short-term money market instrument. There is also treasury bond. This treasury indicates that this is issued by the government. However, this is not a money market instrument.